Well, good morning. What's left of it? 11:52 a.m., May 20th, 2021. Hope everybody's had a good week so far, and hope the rest of the week goes good for you guys. Needed to break in today and let you guys know doing a thing on food shortage that's up and coming. That I put a video out not too long ago on YouTube, or should I say audio out on YouTube. The situation has started to come to fruition. Not a good thing what I'm fixing to read about. But here's the heads up, and this is the good part about it, is that you're going to get the heads up on what is going on with the food shortage that I announced last week, that we had 2 weeks, and that there is a nationwide food shortage that has begun, that is actually global, and I got the details down. So with that being said, I'm going to get right to it, and let me put the disclaimer in right now, guys. I am not saying you should do anything or do nothing. I am simply relaying the information that's coming into me to you, and that you guys feel what you need to do and how you want to prepare, how you want to prepare. Um, I have a specific background that allows me to do things the way I do things, and because of the training and abilities that I have, and that's just me, you know. But I don't expect you to be me. And I don't expect one person to be like another, because we're all so unique and we all have different walks of life to do in this world. You know, we're here to do what we're here to do, and then we're not here anymore. So with that being said, I just want to put the disclaimer. I don't feel that it's safe or good for me to tell you guys what you need to do and what not to do. So I purely make suggestions because of care and concern, and I'm a watchman on the wall, so to speak. That's why. So that's why I do this. It's kind of my thing. So anyway, with that being said, let's get into it. The food shortage. 2 weeks ago, I released a video or an audio recording on YouTube telling you guys that the Intel group from the Alphabet Soup, as well as the other folks I know, are talking about a global famine that's fixing to start. It actually started in December. For those people who've been listening to me for the last couple of years, I had been telling people to get ready for a food shortage, because it is coming. A famine is coming in the world. There's no way of getting rid of it. It started actually in December and started working its way around the world, and it has come to a focal point with other events, and I'm fixing to list that out, which is what caused what's about to happen. In actuality, it actually has already begun here in the States. It's not full appearance yet, but it will be here very quickly. So let's get to it. All right. So the reasons why. Why are we having a food shortage? Why are we going to have a global famine? Why are people going to go hungry? Well, I've known about the history about this, and some of it I'll give to you guys. It was around 2013 or 14 we started passing a point of no return, where we had more people on the earth than we had food going around. Producers and stuff were having a hard time because of weather changes and stuff, but we're still managing to cope, to catch up, and try to get the best crops they could get out to supply food to the world. Luckily, the governments of the world, as well as other groups, they do store food. They do backstock food, so there is a buffer there. That was 2013 and 14. By the 2015 point, we knew by scientists releasing articles, for those of us who were reading about it, knew that the scientists were saying all it would take was a couple of bad year events to happen, and that would cause a world famine. In 2015, we knew it was coming. Those of us who read and keep our eyes open and eyes out on the horizon, so to speak, down the road. So in 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, we were doing okay, but we knew all it would take is a major event, global event, a war, a plague, a pandemic, something of that sort, to cause the event to happen, according to the scientists in 2015. So moving to modern day now. Modern day, 2019, we knew the heads up. The Wuhan COVID-19 virus started out. So at that point in time, I was like, is this going to cause that event in 2019? And we saw, of course, the damage that the pandemic did to the food supply, both protein and grains, meaning, meats, beans, and also grains to make everything else, the corns, you'd be surprised what everything corn is in. The corn is just about in everything that we eat, and other products we don't even eat, but we use every day. So the pandemic started, along with a group of locusts, a pestilence that went around the earth, at the same time, as well as the herk and jerk of the shipping. So this is what the new intel reports that came in yesterday kind of revealed some of these events in more detail. So last year and this year both, there was a western drought here in the United States, and it's been going on for many years, and it's finally caught up with the farmers. They have low water and no water from last year and this year as far as to water their crops. They literally, in the scientific articles that I read and that were being popped up, but also the farmers' commentary, the top farmers who produce goods, grains and stuff like that, and also the top ranchers who produce protein in the food chain. We're saying that they have, due to a mega drought that's been going on here across the United States, that has been kind of on the hush hush, is the reason that they've had a hard time. The pandemic kind of pushed it over the edge in a serious situation. So that's what they say. They said they have low water to no water. They have a mega drought situation in the western half of the United States, and they said that due to that is the reason that they've had to lower their production of livestock, and they've had to lower their production of watering their fields. If they have 400 acres, they would rather plant 100 or 200 acres to get the crop out, a good crop out, than they would to put a 400 acre seeding and have a weak output yield. That's what they can't. They'll lose money. So this has been going on, I found out, for the past 2 or 3 years, to the point where now they can't plant anything because of no water on the water table. And where they're at, the wells have gone dry. They're like, where'd the water go? So something unique is going on with the planet as well, and we'll cover that here shortly. So they're saying this is how it's going to begin in some aspects. It's what they're calling shrinkflation. You're going to see, and if you haven't noticed already, you're going to be buying the same bag of chips or the same stuff that you've been buying. You're only going to notice it's the same price. It's just less of it. It's going to be a smaller package. Looks just like the one that you were buying, so you'll identify with it. But it will not be as big, and it'll cost just the same. That's some of the shrinkflation stuff that you're going to see. Some of the other stuff that's going on is that this plague of rats that's going on in Australia, it's coming here to the United States. And some of the stuff that's going on underneath our terrestrial planet is there's something going on with our planet. It's swelling, and it's the ground is moving and reforming and shaking, probably while the rats are coming up out of their underground spots and infiltrating food cellars and cities and stuff to habitate because they don't want to go underground. I also got a report. Some of the other reasons in contributing is we had 58 volcanoes here at the same time this month alone. And also the sea surface temperatures, there's a problem with that. And it's also being hidden. The disclosure of those temperatures have been at times blocked because of the abnormalities that are going on with the surface temperatures of the seas and the oceans. Weather changing anomalies have also made it very hard to predict the crop's outcome and also have a high yield crop because of the weather changes that are going on. So these things going on and more, I'm fixing to list out even more stuff. Is these are the contributing factors to the what we're fixing to see here in about a week. Moving on, so their hyperinflation and the food shortages is going to cause not only the price of food, that the same package, the smaller package at the same price, but that package price is going to go up. It's going to go up, up, and up. So hyperinflation, expect that because the demand is going to go up. So with the food shortages, the demand is going to go up, and so you're going to see a high price for food. The supply chain breakdown, something that the farmers talked about, the shipping companies talked about, and they're upset about it, but there's not much they can do because of this is a perfect storm, basically. The ground condition changes along with the water and the mega drought, no water mega drought, the shrinkflation that's already taking place, and the changes going on with the earth, the weather changes going on with the earth. I think you're starting to probably see and hear the transition that's going on that is doing the damage and causing the situation we're about to face. So the shipping companies are even putting out articles and they're saying that shipping is going from bad to worse. And the reason that they're saying the shipping companies are stating this is because of continued interruptions due to weather, climate, or due to natural or human events that are happening as well. The pandemic has really done its toll on this, and also the everything else that I've listed out so far. They are literally releasing articles now saying brace for impact because they're saying this is going to be bad. The grain and protein shortages are going to change literally our way of life here in about a week or so. It's going to start, and it's going to change. It's going to get really rough. We will be okay. The human race will survive. This isn't an end of extinction level event or anything like that. We'll be fine. It's just we're going to be struggling a little bit differently, and we'll have to adapt. And the quicker we adapt and acclimate to it, the better off we'll be. Some of the folks that are listing that stuff out, saying that they are literally planting fields for their family. Some of the farmers, the top producers of top agricultural producers of corn and stuff like that, are saying that they are literally setting aside of their farm just for their own family to eat because they know what's coming. It was kind of shocking to hear that stuff that they're planting. They're planting their own fields just for themselves, and it's not for commercial use. It's for family use only. So that's what the top percent of those folks were saying, the farmers, producers, and ranchers and stuff. They were saying, hey, we got a big problem. And they also released information, and they wouldn't give any specifics, but they listed out that there is a force. With all these conditions coming to a perfect storm and a perfect head to a focal point like this, they said literally there is forces at work to hide the losses, and the intel to them, everything that they can see from their end that we can't see from our end. They are saying flat out, this has all been orchestrated and a very well executed plan, is what they're saying. They won't say who. They're just literally calling it there is a force out there that is doing this, and it is a well-executed plan. It is working. They said they have done it. They have changed. To move moreover into more detail, they also revealed information about what the biotech world is doing with food and everything else. They literally have made a microbe spore that they're going to start putting, if they haven't done it already, all over the food, all over the liquids and solid, even proteins. They're going to be spraying this stuff all over food that's going to be ingested by our bodies. It has a specific DNA code that is literally going to be trackable before you eat it, and while it's going to be in your body, and once you even comes out the other end of you, it'll be trackable also in the sewers. So the food that's being consumed and where its final resting place going through the sewer plant, they'll be able to track it. A smart sewer system is what they called it. It's kind of shocking to hear that information. It makes sense. They said this is also, because it has a DNA genetic coding like this, a GMO grown spore like this, that is odorless, tasteless, and anything, but has a DNA code, it is literally able to be put in and registered in the blockchain stuff that's going on, technology, which is, what's the word I'm looking for? What an idea, huh? What a great idea. You want to be able to monitor and control everything? Hey, give it a DNA coding only unique to itself, and be able to be on apples, carrots, oranges, broccoli, orange juice, a hamburger. It's got a DNA genetic code on it to where it's trackable, and also it can be registered and put into a computer database. That's a very, very high controlled environment that is trying to be attempted there. And literally the top producers were saying that this is where it's headed. They're saying this is where it's headed. That food tyranny is coming. Control of food is coming to a point of control over us, is what I'm hearing. The Rothschilds, I saw an article that they also produced, these folks that are very concerned, the Intel group that came, the farmers even gave them materials and articles saying these are the folks that are setting this up. And they're waiting for us on the other side. The Rockefellers, J.P. Morgan, Chase, all those folks, it looks like they have already gotten the other side of the coin as well. Not only do they have the world banking system, but they have jumped over to the cryptocurrency side and ready to receive us, to put us into that situation. I'm not sure I'm liking the sound of everything I'm hearing, but doesn't matter. It is going to be what it is, right? So that being said, so this is the perfect storm. The droughts, the consistent droughts, along with the minimizing of growing food over the last few years, with a pandemic, with a pestilence, with hyperinflation, with the continuing interruptions of the shipping shippers, that stuff like this, giving the warnings about grain and protein shortages that have gone down to such a point now that it's going to become painfully obvious that we're in a different world. So that's That is what was coming in all day yesterday and this yesterday evening, late evening, and I put this together last night and was taking a break today in my day to put it out to you guys, to let you know that the suggestion of what I heard in the Intel world, here is the stuff backing it up, why it's fixing to happen. So, uh, yeah, be ready for that. However you're going to prepare for this, prepare for this. You know, like I said, once again, guys, I'm not saying go out and produce a garden. You know, don't go out and buy a bunch of guns and ammo. Do what you think you need to do. But you know, understand that you know, be aware of your surroundings, take into considerations everything, you know, and think over this stuff and do what you think is right. And preparation for this should be well thought out, and it should be done before the crisis. And every crisis that I know, even in my line of work that I used to do and have done in the past, some of the most hair-raising, adrenaline-pumping situations that I've been in, I can tell you right now, fate always favors the prepared. That it's just the way it is, guys. So just remember that. The more you prepare, the more you think things through, the more you drill, practice, and be ready for it. When the day actually comes, you'll be better prepared for it than you were if you just had done nothing or even went in denial and said it ain't gonna happen. It won't happen to me. That type of thinking usually is a lot riskier. So anyway, with that being said, don't give up hope. Know that we've got faith out there. We've got things going on in the world out there. Of course, Christians, as us as Christians, and me as a Christian, you know, my Lord and Savior is Jesus Christ, and I believe in my heavenly Father up in heaven, and I have no issues about that. Come what may, I know that He'll get me through it one way or the other. So I take comfort in that. I take great comfort in sharing that. So that being said, guys, I hope you guys have a great Thursday tonight, and also well, last night and tonight and tomorrow night, or tomorrow I should be in the Intel hearing from the Intel groups. I'm looking very forward to it, and to get some more details on this. And I heard that there is more coming out, and the Intel groups that I know are fixing to make presentations today and tomorrow on this specific subject, as well as the month of darkness, no electricity in the United States that's coming as well in North America area. I'm going to hear more intel on that, as well as some other things going on with folks as well. So that being said, I'll be in touch probably tomorrow or in the afternoon or tomorrow evening. I will have this out to you guys. You guys stay safe, stay well, be careful out there. Chieftain News out.